Hey, I'm going to take a little bit of your time. Well, whatever I take, I want you to be appreciative of what I do. I want you to just sit back and relax. I'm going to give you something that you may not be familiar with, and you may be familiar with, and I'm going to take my time, and I can assure you that many of you know who I am. I've been around now for some time and try to provide advice to you and to help you as much as I can now for a few years. A few minutes after we get started, you're going to say, oh, yeah, I know who you are. But anyway, let me share this with you. This is a one-time in a lifetime, 100% free registered opportunity. I mean register because you have to register in order to take advantage of the opportunity. And once you enroll or register what we're going to be talking about, you're going to appreciate what I'm talking about when I tell you about this worldwide global membership daily reward ecosystem. I really want you to think about this and don't get excited about it. In the Bible, it tells us that, but let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And this process it's like a patient. It really is a patient process. Once you take one step, you don't really have to do anything else but to relax and take the patience that's afforded to you for you to have a endless flow of rewards. I'm saying an endless flow of daily rewards. That's what we're talking about. And I'm going to get on with this. I just want to let you know, once again, you know who I am, but I'm not going to share that with you until I get almost at the end. But again, this is a one in a lifetime, 100% free registered opportunity. I say register because you're going to have to complete a registration form. And let me talk about this, the Build Back Better way. I didn't realize how much the Build Back Better way really meant until I got involved with this process here. And you're going to be introduced to, in the Build Back Better way, to some gentlemen throughout the world that really understand the Build Back Better way before it really got known to all of us. Yes, it's been going on since 2009, and the person that's involved in helping to build back better is what you're going to be introduced. You can see him approximately 13 times. Yep, the Build Back Better way is presented in this presentation 13 times. You can only have to do it one if you don't want to go more, but it's just 13 times just to give you an educational idea as what's being talked about. And the first thing I want you to think about is this is somewhat like an education, okay? Just like when you started to walk, it was an education for you when you learned how to walk. Well, this is somewhat similar. It's an education. Let me go on with it and stop taking up too much of your time. We're going to be talking about the use of conversion and withdrawing, converting and withdrawing. And the tool that I'm going to be talking about is conversion. We're going to change the name of that tool as we get through this process. But what I want you to consider that the tool that we most are familiar with, we're going to use it regardless of what country you're in, where you are in the world. We use a certain tool to advance ourselves. And I'm in America, just to give an idea that this is the currency that we use in America. But I'm going to be talking about converting what you see on the left side to what you see on the right side. We're going to convert it, and once we do that, you can then realize the 100% free membership daily reward multi-system. What I mean by that, we're going to convert it to whatever other system we wanted to convert it to, but we're going to get an understanding of all that at the Build Back Better way. That's what we're talking about. I'm going to move on because it's going to take a little bit of time to get through this process, but can bear in mind that what we're talking about is patience and education. Education first, and then have patience to acquire the daily membership rewards that's going to avail you if you just take time to consider what we're talking about. Now let's get another understanding now what we're talking about. All right, this information that you see here is presented in a process that will help you. We're talking about cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? Well, attend my live webinar is a person that really explained it to you what cryptocurrency is all about. I'm the father of 6 sons, and I wish I've had a daughter, but I'm not going to go there. But anyway, attend my live webinar. It's going to explain to you in detail what cryptocurrency is all about. Where you see it on the screen, you can read it on the screen, already been said. That cryptocurrency is the decentralized digital money of virtual currency based on blockchain technology. Based on blockchain technology, most popular version, Bitcoin, is what we already know, and also Ethereum. We know about that, but yet and still there are over 500 different cryptocurrencies. Over 500 cryptocurrencies. Imagine that. And you have an opportunity to use the conversion process that we talked about a while ago. I'm not going to get too much in detail, so all you want to do to get a fully, truly understanding about the whole process is to attend my live webinar. You're going to see that throughout the process, because all these data that you see here is coming from a person who I really, really admire, and a man I really admire, because beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but one's man you can't see until you really see the person expanding the man out all over the globe, and that's what this person does, and it's explained it in detail. So make sure you stop each slide and study each slide, because when you go to the Build Back Better way, it's going to give you detailed information about what a 10-mile live webinar is already talking about. A 10-mile live webinar is the definition. You get the definition and an education through the process. That's why I said education is the first step. God said, above all I getting, get understanding, right? Well, above all we get it in this process is to understand it. You're not going to understand it when you first see it, but the more you take a look at it, the better you understand it. Just like walking, you didn't walk the first time you saw other people walking. But so attend my live webinar is going to give you an idea of what we're talking about. Now look at the second definition of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was invented in 2008, and in 2009 it was about 30 cents a coin. Imagine that, 2009, for those of you who weren't born a little bit before 2009, 30 cents a coin. Today it's probably, I don't know what it is today, but I know the other day it was $60-some thousand per coin, and if you had bought a 300 or 400 coins back in 2009 when it was 30 cents a coin, today you'd probably be doing something different than what you're doing now. But now is an opportunity that's knocking on the door. The door is now knocking on your door. I have a video called This Day. So all we have is this day. So this is the day. Whenever you see this information, this is the day that you have to take seriously consideration what we're talking about, because yesterday you can't go back and see this, and tomorrow it hasn't gotten here. So take advantage of it today, so that when tomorrow get here, God give, you will then have an opportunity. Attend my live webinar and get an understanding of what's being talked about, and what we're going to give you some information about it, this USDT Tether. Those persons who have dollar bills in the pocket, regardless of what part of the globe we're on, we have different forms of currency, and what we're talking about in all these currencies is this USDT Tether. Get an understanding of USDT Tether, because it's shown here in these two examples here, is that it is a cryptocurrency released on the blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain through protocol. And just go make sure you understand all of this information and get an understanding, a better understanding, at Attend My Live webinar. When you go to Attend My Live webinar, there are many other videos on Attend My Live webinar that's going to give you an insight as to what you're being introduced to. Okay, so we're going to move on to keep taking up too much time, but I'm not going to want to go too fast either. What is a blockchain technology? Well, Attend My Live webinar give you all that information, but these two examples here, what is broken down for you at Attend My Live webinar, to give you a better understanding of what you may have heard, or give you a better understanding of what you need to know. So make sure that you follow each one of these. And I'm telling that because when you get to, some of you may already know who I am, but when you get there, it's just like some of the things I've been saying over and over and over again. There are three things that we always need. We always need three things: people, property, or business. And all of it we're talking about right now are all three. You need to have people, property, or business. And we're going to explain all that in a few minutes as we go forward with this. And I know you know who I am now by me telling you that you need to have people, property, or business. So that Attend My Live webinar is going to give you that information. And now we're going to stop and get out of this in just a few minutes. I got one more to show you what is a cryptocurrency wallet. A wallet. Most of us men got a wallet in their pocket, and the women have a purse, and they also have a wallet in their purse. So we know what a wallet is. And those of us who have, say for instance, any form of a card in our pocket is considered to be a wallet. Okay, I may have to cough, and I am getting over a little cold, and I'll have a tendency to cough when I do a lot of talking. But a cryptocurrency wallet is what we're talking about. If you have a Cash App, that's a wallet. If you have any form of currency, it's considered a wallet, and that's what we're going to talk about. But make sure, though, you go to attend my live webinar, and it's broken down. This young lady breaks it down. As Joe Madison, who I really admire, he's now a whole lot of days fasting because of Build Back Better. He's fasting, but he always has a slogan to put it down where the goat can get it. Okay, and just for the joker, look at this last one. It's like a bank account. It's like a bank account. Imagine you having your own bank account. Or you having your own bank, and the money that's in the bank is in your bank. Imagine that. And this is like a bank. And then when I saw that, and I said, the first thing that came to mind is, well, it really is like a form of a bank. And that's what we're talking about. Attend my live webinar. It's going to give you some information about what you're seeing, okay? Make sure you do that. Now, this is the last thing we're going to be talking about with regards to this education here. What is an exchange? Well, an exchange, well, we know what an exchange is. When I put your dollar, you put your dollar on the counter, and they give you back something what you put in your hand. That is a form of exchange. Well, that's the simplest way I can put it. But now look at the first one we're talking about here. The first little example says the cryptocurrency exchange is simply a platform for buying and selling. You had a marking of buying and selling. It's a marking of buying and selling. That's all it is. That's why I say you put your money on the counter, put your money in your hand, and they give you something back. You just made an exchange. But make sure you go to attend my live webinar, and get an understanding about what's being presented there. Okay. Now this is the last one. What is crypto mining? And crypto mining, you may have heard of mining, and that's one thing that you're going to hear about when you go to the Build Back Better Way. The Build Back Better Way presentation talks about different kinds of mining and show you how much money that's being transmitted between exchanging and when it comes to mining. Okay, mining is not what you would think of like if you're not familiar with, like when the gold rush was in and they're mining gold and stuff like that. Well, that's a different form of mining, but yet it's still mining. And make sure you pay attention to this process and don't get upset within it, want to cast it aside if you don't understand it. Above all, get understanding. Wait till you get an understanding, and the understanding is going to come at the Build Back Better Way. The Build Back Better Way, the more you build back better, the more you're going to understand it. And the Build Back Better Way has presentations at the Build Back Better Way. The more you watch it, the more you're going to understand it. And then some understanding are gathered faster than others. I may take 4 or 5 times before I see it. You may look at it one time and go down the road with it, okay? So moving on. Now here, coming soon. I'm going to let this slide stay for a minute because it's not what it said it is, even though you may already know the metaverse is already here. Facebook is no longer Facebook. Facebook is metaverse, or Meta. Metaverse is coming soon. Meta is already here. Facebook has already changed their name from Facebook to Meta, okay? And Metaverse is coming soon. And when Metaverse comes, your daily membership rewards can really enhance themselves. When I say themselves, because I'm talking about rewards with an S. That's why you want to take advantage of this opportunity now. It's a one in a lifetime free registered opportunity. You have to register just like you did when we say join Facebook. You didn't really join. You registered and gave Facebook information about yourself, and then Facebook considers you will be a member. You can go to the local church. If you have not joined the church, you go in and they give the church officers your information, and you now become a member of the church. Didn't cost you nothing to join the church. Didn't cost you nothing to join. Many things you can join for free, but to become a member. And in this organization here, the membership has its benefits. And when you go to the Build Back Better way, you're going to get an understanding of the benefits that a membership actually has. A membership actually have some various memberships this morning. This morning I got up and exercised my membership this morning. It's just amazing. I got up this morning and exercised my membership, and I was happy to do that. But I told my wife I just exercised my membership this morning. Okay, get on. What I'm talking about here now is to use the metaverse is here to stay. Facebook is now expanded, is arising, and I'm really amazed at Facebook, but I'm more amazed at what Facebook has joined. Facebook just became a member, just like we did. You and I become a member. Facebook is now a part of the process that I was in when it got here, but I was also a member of Facebook. I have Facebook accounts, as I said. Anyway, here is an opportunity now. What we're talking about, we're getting out of the thick of things now. The membership. I'm going to take a cough. Okay, now I'm going to slow down. Watch this webinar video, then share it with 20 people. Remember I said we're talking about what you become a member? Okay, this chart here is an example of you rebuying. Now, what we talk about in this membership is that you can put money into your membership. You can put in the least amount you can start your membership with is $300. But anything above $300, you can enhance your membership. 300, 500, 1,000, 10,000, whatever you want your membership is. Now, I'm just going to show you these examples of what you would have if you were to use different kinds of membership. Okay, all this information here, I copied it from someplace else. There's no copyright on this information that I copied, and I'm not going to give you the details about it because I would be violating my proffer not to violate the benefits that I'm enjoying, and those benefits come with guidelines, and the guidelines, you can't violate the guidelines. But this is just an example to show you if you started a membership with 300 HU, and you see the HU is acquired right here on the left hand side. It show you that acquired a membership with 300 to 500 to 1,000 units, and 1 unit each equals HU. So remember now that what we'll get the word HU from is the definition that you see on the left hand side. That's where I'm getting the term HU from. I'm getting that term for saying that 1 unit or HU is equal to 1 USDT. Now getting that also from the left side of USDT, and right under that you can see that the USDT has no upper limit, it has no monthly fees, and it has no forced upgrade. So once you become a member of the golf course, you just a member. It's nothing to do. Once you become a member of the church, you don't have to upgrade to anything. You don't have to do anything to become a deacon. You don't have to do anything to become a usher. You don't have to do anything to become a bench warmer. You don't have to do anything because you're a member. And that's where it is here. You're just a member, but they're showing you how you're going to do the exchange. Remember I showed you exchanges to take your tool, your conversion or your withdrawal tool, and exchange it for something else. And then what we're going to exchange it for is a unit, 1 unit. And then 1 unit is equivalent to what we're saying in America, $1. But in China is something else. And then whatever the currency is in China, whatever the current currency is in Australia, whatever current currency is in Jamaica. I don't see what I'm saying. So all we're talking about is the currency that we have in our pocket, changing it to a unit. That's what we're talking about. In this company, in the middle, you see where your membership offer, it can be 3x, meaning that the 3 times whatever you offer. So if I offer a membership of 300 in my company, this company is going to 3x me to 900. I offer 500, it's going to 3x me to 1,500. I offer 10,000, it's going to 3x me to 10,000. I offer 1,000, it's going to 3x me to 3,000. Regardless of whatever amount above $300 that I join the membership with, I'm going to get 3x of that within 600 days. Within 600 days. That's the gist of the company. And all these examples here is just to show you how to become a member and how you have to request to member. You just can't No one is going to volunteer you to be a member. You have to request to be a member, just like you go to the church. I mean, keep using the church as an example. You go to the church and you can sit down in the church and enjoy the services of the church and enjoy the praying and the preaching and whatever they do in the church, right? And walk out. You don't have to become a member. But if you decide you want to become a member of the church, then you go and you ask if you can become a member. Same principle here. You have to request that you can become a member. You have to request it. And you see that at the bottom, you can email to us your request, and we'll then have you to get the registration form. We're then going to give you a link where you can get into the registration form. You can complete the registration form, send it in with all the requirements that they're going to ask you to do with the registration form, and then you become a member. It is just that simple. We're going to keep it here so you can see exactly what we're talking about. To get additional details, then you want to go to the Build Back Better Way. The Build Back Better Way is going to give you over and over and over again all of the information that the company wants you to have before you become a member. He wants you to have that information after you become a member. He wants you to have the information so you can share it with other people that you possibly can. And what we're talking about here in this rebuy process is once you join, you can see it right in the middle. Once you become a member, and all this is an example of a rebuy. You become a member, you have a package, and your membership package is $300. That's the minimum amount that you can become a member with. But in 600 days, your membership goes to $900 on a $300 membership. If you come in at $5,000 or $500, it goes to $1,500. You come in at $5,000, you see it triples. It goes every so many days. It 3x you, and the more you put in, the less days it takes. Look at the 10,000 for example. If you come in at a 10,000 and 3x, it's going to give you 30,000, and you're going to gain, your reward is going to be $50 per day. So your membership reward produces daily. And the rebuy process, as I'm using here the example to show you how to take the $50 and put it right back in to rebuy another membership. So you, in the example at the Build Back Better Way, make sure that's why I'm suggesting that you watch it before you do anything, over and over and over again, to get an understanding of what the Build Back Better Way, which is my URL, is really talking about. It's not talking about how you build something. It's talking about how you can use the tools that's being presented in the 3X process. And then how do you take it out? That's on the far right. We're going to show you that in a few minutes, how you can be given an opportunity to withdraw. Remember the first thing I showed you, how to use the conversion tool and the withdrawal tool. The conversion tool was you take your whatever currency that you use, that's your conversion, and you convert it, you change it from whatever it is to another form, and that form is you see on the left hand side here. And then you take after you convert it to the form that you see on the left side, then once it goes through in your 3X, then you can take it out in the same form that you converted it to. It can come out in the same form. You just put it in there and let it does what it's going to do, get the 3X in the time it's going to do. And then when you take it out, basically in the same form you put it in. And all this chart I'm showing you on this chart is what will happen after the number of days. They're up there, they tell you exactly how many days it takes for you to do what you're going to do. In 34 days, your $300 would have membership reward banners, and your membership reward balance is coming from you putting your $300 in and letting it stay in until it get through the contract, which is 600 days, and then after so many days you can take it out. And this is what this is all about. Okay, I'm going to keep on because I got others to show you, and I'm going to go kind of fast with this because if you see it once, you can always stop this information and stop it and study it, because I don't have to go through it and repeat myself over and over and over again, because this is a video. All you got to do is stop it and study it and go on. Stop and study and go, and this is identical. The only thing that's changing are the dollar of the amounts, and the amounts on each one is changing. Nothing else is going to change. Your email is going to always be, email to Twitter Powerball at Gmail and request your registration form, and you'll be sent a link for you to get your registration form. And to get a more and more detail over and over and over again, make sure you go to the Build Back Better Way, which is a link to show you how to get the video over and over and over again, the presentation, I won't say video, presentation, as to how to do the process. Okay, so make sure you understand, above all, get an understanding before you do anything. But of course, your first step to do anything is to register as a member. We're gonna go in with this. I'm just keeping on. This is a process of 300 membership package at 600 days. Okay, at 600 days, in the 600 days, the green arrow will show you what you would have. Your rewards would be available if you waited to 600 days and you put in $300. What you'd have if you put in 1,000 in 10 days. You see what you'd have if you put in 1,000 in 10 days. A member get I'm sure to acquire a membership package of 1,000. You'd have what you'd have in 10 days. If you acquire a membership package of 1,000, what you'd have in 365 days. If you were to acquire a membership package of 1,000, and after 600 days, it show you what you would have. If you were to acquire a 5,000 membership package in 10 days, what you would have. If you were to acquire a 5,000 membership package in 365 days, the amount of what you would have. And if you were to acquire a membership package of 5,000 in 600 days, what you would have. All right. And if you were to acquire a 10,000 membership package in 10 days, what you would have. If you were to acquire a $10,000 membership package, and after 365 days, the red arrow show you what you would have. And finally, if you were to acquire a 10,000 membership package after 600 days, what you would have. And all the information at the bottom. And if you decided if you wanted to get a membership, you simply send your membership information in to get your membership, and you go to attend my live webinar again, or go back up to attend my live webinar so you can get some information. But make sure whatever you do is go to the Build Back Better Way so you can understand what you're looking at on the screen. What you're looking at on the screen is going to be to show you how to acquire the membership rewards that we're talking about in a multiple system. What we're talking about in a multiple system, we showed you one a few minutes ago, and I'm going to show you again in a few minutes. But the free wallet is an optional crypto debit card. You see how they've got two forms of debit card. We got the Visa debit card with a $50,000 daily spending limit, and the Master card with a $10,000 daily spending limit. But to get that to level, you got to get an understanding. You got to go to the school. You got to get all the things that you're going to see at the Build Back Better Way. All that has to be accomplished before all this takes place. But it takes not as long as you would think. All you have to do is get an understanding or an education of what we're talking about, and then get execute the patience to get to where you really are trying to go, and that's to expand your membership. Now, how to acquire to get a membership. This is a membership registration form. This is to show you how to get a membership registration form. You have to have an invitation from someone, and all the instructions to how to complete the form is here. And you have to, once you go there, to make sure you maintain all records. And I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. And the reason why you don't want to ever destroy any kind of records. It's very important to have your records. Don't ever throw your records away. And some persons will say, well, you a hoarder. Well, no, I'm not. I just don't throw records away. I keep the records because it's very important to have records and to maintain a record in order to understand the daily reward process. The registration form looks just like what you see on the screen. This is a registration form that you will receive, and the referrals username has to be on your registration form before you can submit it, and your username and all the information that you see with the arrows on it has to be on your registration form before you can actually do anything, because once you complete and got all the information completed on your registration form, then you will be able to click the sign up button, because it won't light up until you completed all the information that's required on the registration form. Okay, so we're gonna move right on right this way. Like 2 more slides to go, and then we're gonna finish with this. Now I'm going to introduce myself to you, and those of you who know who I am, you know who I am, but I'm using my other name to see at the top, but how long I've been involved in the process of accounting. I do run an accounting company, and I have been involved in the services that I provide for quite a while, quite a while, so as you see at the top. And some of the things that you see on here is just a means for what I've done for you, all those persons who you know who I am, is to show you how to do the things that we're trying to do. And we're talking about an independent business, and you're going to become independent business. It's just that simple. And the process of what you're going to do, you can go to, and all the information that you see is useful. And the one that I really want you to concentrate on is how to use texting technology to run a high income producing business starting in this year, where your imagination, your own personal imagination, and a global outlet will avail you to a level of progress to acquire endless rewards every day, daily. And your rewards can be start out small, they can start out large and get larger, they can start out small and get larger, but it's daily. It is actually daily. But in order to get that daily reward, you have to give up something, and that's the lack of knowledge to get the knowledge. Get the knowledge. We have a saying in this process, and this is from a quote, and I don't remember the person's name they give the quote, but that they say, if you get given an opportunity, and this is a free opportunity, if you're given an opportunity to learn to do what you need to do, to gain what you need to gain, and you don't know how to do it, just take the opportunity and learn how to do it later. That's basically what this process is all about. You don't know about cryptocurrency, but the first thing I showed you was the definitions of cryptocurrency and how the fastest growing person in the history of the company in 5 months, and you're going to see that when you go to attend my live webinar, in 5 months, didn't know anything about the process, but got started, and in 5 months become one of the top producers in the country or in the company. Make sure that you pay close attention to all the information that's being provided. It doesn't cost you anything but a little time, and that little value of time can be very, very daily rewarding on a daily basis. Just take time to get the understanding, and God said, above all getting, get an understanding. Now I'm going to conclude this, and my conclusion is to show you something that you're already familiar with, and I think I touched on it somewhat in the beginning. But before I go, all those of you who know who I am, that's going to get this information, you know the phone number on there is, well, I'll give you that when you get the call, but I will advise you to email me if you don't know who I am. The email that I give you, email me and I will send you the registration form ASAP. Okay, thank you for this. Now I'm going to conclude this. And again, I said the 60-minute man, and the 60-minute man is on time again. It takes 3 things: people, property, or business, in order for you to make it in the world. One of those 3. A lot of people, in this case, a lot of people, in this case, a lot of people are property or properties, business or businesses. And we're all on this one planet together. But now we have a golden opportunity to get familiar and become a part of the community. I'm talking about a community. If you know a whole lot of people in one country and a whole lot of people in another country and a lot of them, if you had 500, let's say 500 people in 40 countries, that's a community of people. And those community of people could be in a part of your community. Okay, on time again, 24/7, 365. One in a lifetime opportunity has already knocked on your door. The time to move is right now before the clock changes. Yes, registration is still 100% free. Therefore, get signed up free while there is still time. You can sign up today before the clock changes while it's still time. It's free. And then once you sign up, then you can get started. But you can't do anything without making the first move. You have to make that move. It takes 3: people, property, or business, regardless of whatever it is you do, regardless of whatever it is you're doing. I don't care what it is. It takes three things. It takes the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's three. It takes people, property, or business for you to do what it is you need to do. Thank you. I bid you farewell. Goodbye. I still love you. Bye-bye.